they will have to retake.
Kindar's led to leave an impression in this game, but he's got a big responsibility here, being the late player out through mid. Chance to cut down the rotations. Vitality already ahead of this, playing out towards the spawn. They're actually going to flash and peek, and the cover just isn't there. Fallen claws one back. There's a follow-up from Yuri. Suddenly you're in a 3-on-3, a fighting chance. ZywOo hoping to deny. Won't be able to stop that bomb plant, and the flashes keep him tame out towards the spawn. A clash versus Fallen. It wasn't necessarily the AWP you were worried about here, but the one that could carry it away left that angle at an awkward timing, and that sees Yuri alone, iced out.
It's the little details there. ropz breaking that smoke, pulled Fallen off the angle, giving ZywOo control. If Fallen doesn't move, probably hits that shot. And it's a very different round, but no, Vitality pieced together a post plant with the man advantage, slow and steady. Good punish on the plant as well. Stressful start to this game for FURIA. Nothing has gone right so far.
Able to run past the ZywOo wall, but you don't survive it a second time.
It's head to head. Bit of a beating right now.
Again, Fallen goes to retrieve it. Him and Yakindar combine for kills, and Fallen just running out with another.
Look, he can still do it. There's no question. But against this team of all, full gamble. Flames isn't certain. It's too quiet.
Played the slowdown just to really try and figure this one out. Grouping up now. They look to dodge this stack from Vitality. It leaves them one player to worry about.
Mezzi's activation has opened up a chance.
Flames in a good position, but going to need to get a lot from it. There's the lineup. Pressure on for Fallen. That shot missing. Going to do it with the rifle. Flames just a one-man army. And oh, this one hurts for FURIA. They took all that time to try and figure out where the stack was. Played to dodge it. They go into just the one-man hold, and even that is too much.
Dude, he doesn't even need to peek. Flames is locked in that corner by the molly. He steps into it to take the third fight. Forcing it all the way. Man down, FURIA take too long. And these rounds have been maybe slow to a fault here for FURIA. The fast ones early, getting them caught off guard by good multi-kills, but now they let Vitality play the map. They let them enforce a stack, get aggressive on the flank, and put Flames in position to win the round.
This is one of the big issues of Yakindar getting shut down so early in this matchup. He was instrumental in that series yesterday over Team Spirit. Had some fantastic rounds, applied a lot of pressure, but here he's been tamed. And if you kind of slow his roll, you lose a lot of the aggression. The only other guy offering it has been Molodoy, and he's not been fruitful in these opening fights.
I mean, when Yakindar pops off, FURIA win trophies, right? We talk about Molodoy, but this guy is the hammer. He is the guy at the front of the pack, cracking open bomb sites, giving you rounds.
Flames coming into this off the back of a highlight in the last. Might be required to step up again. He's got support this time in the form of ZywOo, and so for him it's just about catching the spillover. Anyone that survives getting past this AWP, that's where Flame steps in. One man's made it through, cover from Palace, but even then you're feeling cautious about going too far. Awkward lineup, and it's only Yuri left. Claws back what he can, but it's the AWP at the spawn. ZywOo putting a lot of pressure on, and the charge from ropz, no respect for Yuri in that clutch.
Oh, it's contagious for ropz right now. Just swinging off a stairs, uses that info, finishes the job. Vitality on fire at the moment. 8 CT rounds, FURIA cannot get a grip on this game. They want the pistol. Broken now, nothing to show for it. Are they really gonna force? Got an AK for Yuri, Galil for Molodoi, and desperation for Furia as Vitality look for a sickening opening half to this grand final.
I mean, this is where, you know, for Furia, you think about the fact that this Mirage map was one that they've been struggling on, that they felt uneasy about heading into Krakow, but it's only through the reps, constantly playing it here at this event, that that confidence came back. Well, that's all dried up now, thanks to Vitality. I know how important these strong starts are. I mean, this stopped being a strong start and just became a dominant half a long time ago. Down to another broken force buy for Furia as they're left clutching at straws here, hoping to get anything at the end of this T side.
This is cheeky, it could mean something. Yakinda through the smoke, they're going to see the execute, but that leaves Flames with his back turned. Yakinda needs to activate soon, because Flames might have another multi.
No way, Flames again!
Oh! Flames.
And for Flames, their glory!
Flames.
Whenever they've needed him, he's been there. He's stepped up, stood tall and delivered. And with so many players starting in top form for Vitality.
Flames gets involved.
I mean, now you're seeing different players popping up all over the map as Vitality are just playing this super loose. They know they're in full control of the game. Flames challenging through the connector, now back in time to defend this A-bomb site. Furia might have lurked through, but dealing with Flames has been no easy task. Yuri will get round him. Bit of ground gained. Just give this lurker case Serrano to do something, and Rops has just turned on him.
I think he's caught off.
This is Vitality looking to leave Furia down and out for the count at the end of map 1.
Well, this should not be a kill for ZywOo.
Yuri collects that one. You're looking for scraps here, looking for 3 on the half. Yuri's done what he can to provide, but there's still more that required. Follow-up shot for Yuri. Now you look at Mezzi, usually very calm under pressure, meant to deliver in moments like this, but can't get round that all. Still, it's not a lot for Furia. Right now, they're living in Apex's fantasy land. He's topping the charts. Vitality off to a flying start in this grand final.
Oyunni ko'rib chiqyapmiz qaytadan. Eng yaxshi vaziyatlarda o'yinni ko'rib chiqyapmiz. Vitality jamoasi 9 bilan Fury jamoasini ustidan g'alaba qozondi. Krakow 2026. Birinchi kartani boy berildi.
Yana bir qaychirib ko'ramizmi Zaybudan? Maladoydan pik. Apex tomon. Finalning revanchi bu. Agar o'xshasa hali. Da 5 ta karta.
5 ta karta.
3 ta pobedagacha. Layk
pobedagacha.
Bir 7000 atrofida bo'lsa kerak. Layklarni eslatib ko'ring. Aka 5000 bo'lsa umuman eslatmayman dedi. Ну давай mana shu 3 minutliklarda eslatib tursam.
Final ikinci yorum.
For FURIA, this was a chance to leave their legacy. For Fallen to take a trophy eluding him for 10 years. For a chance to swing at the king. For Vitality, it is just another day on the big stage. More than enough chances in this film.
Komil pasaytar. Jonli efirda. 3-chi o'rin uchun o'yin ketyapti. FURIA va Vitality jamoalari o'rtasida 5 karta belgilangan 3 pobedagacha o'yin. Vaziyatlarni ko'rib chiqyapti hozir.
Terrorda ani egallab bo'lishdi. Yana retake qilishlarga to'g'ri keladi endi. 5 ga 5 vaziyat, bomba o'rnatilgan.
Catch your breath, a sigh of relief for FURIA, and a final second defuse coming through. But we saw the same in the first half. So
Keskin Antonov vaziyatlarni ko'rib o'tdik. Beşga 5 vaziyatlar. A bazada bostirib kelish. Yurin natijalari 12 11 Keskirato 4-10, Fallen 7-12, Malado 7-11, Yikdinar 3-11. Vitality jamoasidan esa Roppes 15, Zivot 13-4, Apex 13-9, Flames 15-8, Mezil 508. Bu jamoadan eng yaxshi o'ynayotgan o'yinchilar FURIAdan hozir ko'rib chiqamiz natijalarni. Vaziyatlar. Maladoyni vaziyati Yurin. Menimcha eng yaxshi o'ynagan o'yinchi Yurin bo'ldi. Space komandadan, terrorlardan esa Ropez Zviot 5 natija bilan yetakchilik qilmoqda. Yurin esa 14-11 natija bilan.
Terrifying. Never a chance to breathe here in this CT side now for FURIA. Their money still hangs in the balance. Vitality's first fall by coming through. ZywOo, you don't see this every day. A glass orb, a guy who is fine to rifle when the rounds call for it. He brings it straight into this gun round.
Knows if there's an AWPer out there who's going to give him the head-to-head, going to give him the fights. It exists on the other side of the stage in Molodoy.
And he's been besting him time after time in this map.
I've got to be ready because they're already out here in middle Molodoy. Yeah, they're in behind him and he's still very committed to this lower hold. Even seeing a player in the apartments, well, that's only going to keep Molodoy more wary, more cautious about this lower control.
Super risky. No one even really spotting mid for FURIA. They're going to start to move closer. Molodoy will have to move further. Perfect. Mezzi not even looking.
Does he get out though? That's the big question because they've had mid for a while. They're close to him now. Gonna try and dart through these smokes, but they'll trade places. Stuck on Apex, who finds them both. Chaotic in the mid smokes. And the advantage secured at the hands of the captain. 15 and 10. From the word go, Apex has been a force to be reckoned with in this game. Kindar finally getting something done, leaves it to spam, connects on a ZywOo. And so let's see how Fallen fares. Others have tried and failed, but Fallen holds on here at B. Can't hack it versus Apex, who now needs the ace clutch in this 1-on-3. Out behind the bench. They know he's in good form. That nade's big, forces them forward. Kindar shuts it down. Not Apex's moment to play as the hero.
3 kills from him, 3 from Kindar, but it's FURIA who again get out barely. A barely 1 round is still a 1 round, and so they sit 2 behind Team Vitality on this comeback. Felt like a road to ruin after that first half. FURIA are still believing, so much so it's forced Vitality's first timeout. Nail biter for Team Vitality.
Yeah, first time you've put them in a position where they felt this pressure all game, really. Timeout called in, trying to get ahead of it. Have they left it too late? This is a 4-round streak out of FURIA. And even though the rounds have been close, right? We haven't been sitting here feeling like they're super comfortable. You're on the edge of your seat throughout them. That round count is still going up. The gap is still closing. Game is still very much on.
Yuri, the guy for this CT side right now. Vitality want to test him. Popping into his sight.
He's immediately given up room, leaving this one to a retake. Looks to be the answer for FURIA. Knew this was a possibility. Going to actually try and play through this smoke.
Oh no!
Yuri goes it alone. Now a support in from Yakinda as him and Keserato steal that advantage straight back. Far from comfortable of Vitality. They're a man down here. These smokes will start fading soon. They've got to get that bomb planted. And all the while, look who's been closing in.
So aware for at least a second. Barrel spotted, fallen sighted. Daewoo takes him. Amoli's going to force a reposition. Robs waits for the flash, and it is perfection. Low health, still Vitality excel. A 3v2 that FURIA want nothing to do with. These close rounds, these casualties, they are costly. FURIA throw in the towel. If they want to buy, they need these guns. And Vitality know that. Excellent synergy from Vitality. Even just Robs waiting that extra second in the Molotov wins the round.
Might be returned to the pace. Like the breakthrough with an A-side set piece, playing it a little faster did Vitality. This time they set up in the apartments. Feeling like they can just break through these defenses. Flash play to open up for Yakinda. Gives them a taste of their own medicine, but how do you get out here? Got to deploy that smoke, hope it keeps him alive, and it will. Just barely holding on is Yakinda. Now he's a nuisance in this position, but a nuisance they have trapped in a box. Damage done the other way for Fallen. They are giving chase, trying to come through and battle for this control.
No!
They'll throw everything but the kitchen sink to clear out this space.
Freeze, okay? Some chaos has happened. FURIA have taken space. Vitality don't watch their back. Rob's caught, back turned. Not every day you see that.
.3v2, but up against Vitality, these are deceptively tricky rounds. ZywOo and Flames top the charts for Vitality.
I mean, Molodoy's been getting hyper aggressive. Now he has to hold on 20 seconds solo in his bomb site. He has to take one with him, or at least survive for the post plant. Getting nothing here is just what Vitality need.
Late in the day, bomb plant. Very little time left as those numbers get plugged in, and even though the nade is good, it will find some damage.
Oh, no.
You still have the bomb to play around.
Here it is.
First kill of the 2-on-3 comes through. ZywOo with the spot, taking down a peg. Molodoy finally taking him in the head-to-head, but then you remember Flames. And this guy has been full of these multi-kills. This is the clutch that breaks the back of FURIA, that puts you in the winning position on Mirage. If Flames can pick it up now, this one might be over. The comeback might be thwarted. And Keserato doesn't know where to look. Flames gonna take it to positioning alone. Never even had to fight. That's the fear, that's the doubt setting in. And that is just a back-breaking round for FURIA.
Yeah, rounds don't carry impact like that. Not every time, but taking everyone with him in that 2v4.
Uni yetti. Comeback iloji comeback ko'ramizmi yo yo'qmi?
And FURIA have to figure it out with just a gun here and there. K-Serato lived, so Molodoi could buy. Getting out with that orb is something for FURIA. But can they stop a Vitality on the warpath? That inescapable feeling you've let this one slip.
Vitality jamoasini muxlislari.
Make no mistake, if there is to be hope for FURIA here in map 1 of this final, it comes down to this round. It comes down to Molodoi and K-Serato. It's your 2 stars, your star rifler.
Manimcha Vitality komandasi bilan comeback bugun ko'ra olmaymizmi deyman. Bu hozir 3-o'rin uchun jang ketyapti. Ko'ramiz oxirigacha o'yinni. Nima bo'larkan? Agar o'zbekcha nimasini qo'ysak, o'zbekcha stream qo'ysak YouTube blok beradimi yo ban beradimi? Sen ko'rib turaylik qani. Yo'lakchada 2 ga 3 vaziyat, 2 ga 4 vaziyat hozir. Wow. 2 ga 1 vaziyat. O. Yo. 2 ga 5 vaziyat ekan. 2 ga 4 vaziyat, 2 ga 5 vaziyat. Umru 8 shotmi deyman. Ko'ramiz. FURIA komandasi muxlisalari IEM Krakow. Davay ketdik. A bazada bostirib kelindi. Eng zo'r o'yinchi Vitality komandasidan Zevodmi deymanda. Shunga o'xshab. Yurin 18-15 natija bilan
dancing with death, one bullet from it, and Yakinda doesn't just save his life, he saves the round in that. K-Serato running through smokes. And Vitality have met their match here in this grand final, a game that looks like it's going all the way towards the depths of regulation. A 9-3 lead. Another swing for it here with pistols.
12,
Perhaps an 8 stack.
Comeback kuramız mı?
Seen that one before.
You know, there's a lot of numbers in mid on the back of that, and you might just look to try and fight them here. It's only these pistols to worry about. Kserato and Yikinda still look keen. Just going to try and stop this spillover, this flood through the connector. You've had problems containing it before. Yikinda with one hell of a catch. That's the flank nearly all dealt with. Yikinda stops it. Robson Apex sidelined. And now it's a one-round game.
And you credit Vitality for resilience last year, because so many times they showed us they were down but not out. So many times they came back, even in grand finals, in 5th map. Look at FURIA do the same. Yikinda had 1 kill on his T side. He is 15 and 15. The resurgence and recovery from FURIA is across the board. And Vitality with continual forces, forced to save, now won't even have this orb into the final buy.
You know who will have an extra orb floating around though with all this money, with all these clean rounds? The Professor gets to play his. Fallen brings out the second orb for FURIA. This is an expensive buy. It's one that FURIA like to lean to on this Mirage, and it's something it looked like they were never going to get to have on the back of a 9-3 half. But that's what having a second win does for you. That's what getting some of these cleaner rounds does. Gives Fallen more options, more to play with.
Brute force out mid here. Damage done to Zaiwu. Yikinda, fearless, continuing to fight up short. At what point does FURIA call off that deep smoke? Still threatens Vitality. One of the 2 orbs. Deep on the line, waiting for Mezzi. The Brit unwavering, 5 and 13. Not looking to give away this opening kill. He gets that info. Sees the AWP. Having a strugglesome game, no interest in taking that fight. Pushes Fallen back with a flash. His team out mid. Kserato and Yikinda involved, but of course it's Flames to rip heads off. It's the perfect tee up to a round for Vitality. Apex puts them together.
Gets real tricky now. Could come down to the double orbs in this retake. Oh, Molidoy's missed that timing, but it won't matter. Yuri's got his back. And so you lost 2. Now it's down to this measly effort out through ramp. Mezzi and Flames barely even alive in this round. He felt like he'd done his part. He felt like he'd done enough with that double out towards mid. Well, more is being asked for. More is required. Mezzi does have one right there. Molidoy with the reposition, and it's these 2 orbs side by side. Molidoy and Fallen. Different generations. Always ready to try and blow your mind. Heads up play, push on through, shut down.
Oh, Maladoy.
Have another shot like that hit him. The game now rests on Molidoy.
Comeback. Maladoy, comeback.
Not when they need him. Slow start, but what a finish. Fallen fed to the wolves on that smoke push. All for Molidoy to bask in the glory. The Tauron sings his praises. And FURIA come back all the way.
Yeah, you've tied the game up. This feat felt impossible. Now the question becomes, can they finish what they started?
Feels meant to be. How on earth has Yikinda come back like this? Again, thrusting himself into middle and finding the man advantage against Flames, no less. Vitality's top performer, their fire starter. This is when ZywOo must collect. Up connector, Molodoi timings, and Yuri tucked in a clearable position. If ZywOo checks his corners, this could be a punish. But he waits for his team. Good check.
Molodoi ain't missing no more.
3-4 vaziyat.
Fire in his belly after that clutch in the
Yes, sir.
last.
Yo.
Finally they'll get around him. Finally they'll get past him.
3-2
Apex
vaziyat.
and Messi side by side. Britain, the Frenchman, the unlikely alliance, fallen in position, could try and shut this one down. Flash to set him up. Messi now dead. Dan can't do it. Caserato's run through him and FURIA move.
Молодой.
This was unthinkable. 9-3 to Vitality on the half. And FURIA have taken it all the way.
And it wasn't just 9-3, it was Flames in fighting form. It was Apex carrying his team. It was ZywOo not missing a beat. He was gapping Molodoi round after round. An individual and team-wide resurgence for FURIA surges them to map point first. And everyone's talking for Vitality. Is anyone listening?
Furiyaga g'alabani olib kelgan Molodoi.
For Vitality, everyone was talking in that timeout. You're dead on. Everyone grasping to try and find answers, to try and find a way to stop this from being the reality we're in. For FURIA, I noticed only 2 players doing a lot of the talking, Molodoi and Yicha, so maybe some sort of aggressive look out of the gate, as those are the 2 problem pieces, the 2 guys down to get in your face right off the rip of the round.
Again, ZywOo right down middle. Vitality have just been sending it in mid in this T side. And for once, Yicha doesn't challenge. He rotates. Assists on the A side, hangs around. Caserado keeping control of the window boost. Vitality feel like they haven't explored the B bomb side, but they should know that Fallen's second AWP is prioritized here late in the game. A has done them no favors. Mid the same. Fallen waits. Listen to his lecture. The Professor 5v4. And a miss smoke. The wheels are coming off.
On this Vitality team, perfection is demanded. They're so used to having it. When the wheels fall off, when the nerves start to set in, it's a rarity to see Vitality in this position, but it might be all getting away from them. 3 on 5. And moving around with 20 seconds left to make their play.
Taqdiri ancha o'zgarib ketdi. 1-7 shotdan 11-12 ga o'zgarib ketdi. Hozir oxirigacha ko'ramiz. Qani 3-o'rin kimga nasib etar ekan. Qaysi jamoa 3-o'ringa loyiq deb topilar ekan. Qani eslatib o'tamiz. 5 kartda 3 pobeda. Davom etamiz. O'yin juda qizg'in ketmoqda. Umri uni shuylaga. Mirang kartasi tugadi. Yana ikkita kartaga qabila qilinsa, Fury 3-o'rin.
Smokes ramp one. Ramp. Dead ramp. Dead two. One. Palas dead.
Oh my god.
Mid. Gun last. Stairs.
Sick shot.
Sick shot. You're pretty good at the game right now. Yeah. I mean, we all do, but. Dead. Energy folk.
I'm watching sandwich.
2-4.
Watching sandwich.
Triple dead.
Careful mid, careful mid. I'm watching sandwich.
3-4 10 sandwich.
I'm smoking bench. I'm not smoking.
Yeah, we go smoking first.
Smoking.
Yeah, I'm going first. I'm going to smoke caps. They don't have city, I think. They don't have city, I think. That is one. Are they failing for now? He went to ramp guys one.
You're go bench. You're go bench.
Ramp at full HP. Picking.
On the con. Big.
On the ramp.
1 HP. 1 HP.
Defuse. Call.
No 1 HP.
1 HP, I think.
Nice, good. Take off.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I think it's
Nice, good. We complete. Bro, they walk. One ramp. Nice. He touches now. Boom. Two more. Lock it. We let the contact so you can pick both of you.
Yeah, pick on me.
Yeah.
They smoked out.
There's no jungle.
Safe. Down. I'll go into B. Care fake.
I stay with bomb.
Yeah.
Nice, not too nice to kill behind.
One B ups.
Can you spam a bit, guys? That's perfect.
Impossible is nothing for FURIA. 3-9 down to start. The odds stacked against them, but that all changed coming into the second half. Call it divine intervention, call it the individuals coming alive, call it whatever the hell you want. Fallen is doing his best to keep that best of 5 record afloat, helped out in spades, not only by Yuri, but by Molodoi having some incredible individual moments. Dupree, this is what we truly call arena Counter-Strike.
This was incredible in so many ways. This first map had everything. We had the chaos, we had the clutches, we had the heartbreaks, but we simply also just saw teams like playing an amazing CT side. Specifically, the roller coaster of emotions coming in from Vitality, getting everything done in the first half, just feeling that they were on top, feeling that there was another walk in the park, but then things turned south for them on the other half. FURIA stepped up, and we just saw clutch time and time again, with Molodoi specifically stepping up when it really mattered. And this kid, Rookie of the Year last year, he does not crumble on that stage.
Life comes at you fast. I mean, if there ever was a tale of two halves in a game, Vitality looked unstoppable in the first half. I mean, not only winning rounds, but winning them in a dominant fashion. FURIA looking flustered, some individuals missing as well, didn't look like themselves. And then you go into the second half, they win the pistol, convert a couple of rounds strung together early on, and then the individuals start waking up. The pressure starts mounting for Vitality, and in the end, they just couldn't find answers on that T side.
Let's dive into that CG side then to start from Vitality. A lot of rounds you could have chosen from, but round 9, what stood out here?
I think this is a good example of how flustered FURIA was, right? Like, we were praising them for being really on point on T side and in this tournament, hitting flow state, especially on Mirage, right? And going to see Molodoi, he died to Zaiwo a couple of times, but FURIA equalizes it and then some. Now it's a 4v3 situation for them, right? So they're going to take their time a little bit, wait for some sort of a reaction to go up connector and Yuri in apps, and you can see Vitality is even sort of, they're stacking B really. They don't want to play for the A bomb side, they're going to save, and it just Flames, he tucked in here kind of if someone tries to boost. Unfortunately for FURIA, they're just fumbling with nades, and Flamesy ends up from a position in which he isn't really trying to do all that much, finding 3 kills and sort of Vitality out of nowhere winning a round, and it's moments like these where you're like, wow.
Boshlanguncha qisqacha tanaffus. Keyingi o'yinni ko'ramiz. Qaysi karta ekan keyingi karta? Nik. Menimcha Nik kartasidir, keyingi karta.
bombs and to create the space and find out where Flames is hiding. And Flames is like, he just stuck in the corner and he peeks out, gets a second, and then also gets the third. But for the Furia side, it really painted the picture of a Furia that was being a little bit too nervous, being a little bit too structured instead of just playing off that incredible, loose style that they can also have. And that's how it is when you get to a stage. This is how when you have so much on the line, you actually want to be fighting. But the thing is, for Furia right here, they got it back into the game a little bit later.
I think also they couldn't find any opening. They had one opening kill in the pistol round, and that was it. The other 11 rounds, they were always a man down. Obviously, not easy to play from those situations all the time, right? But in the end, even getting 3 ended up being enough for them.
Which is why it's so miraculous when we look into that second half, right? And I think we'd be amiss if we didn't mention that Molodoi clutch. This is insane. Absolute balls of steel from him on this stage.
We're sitting in the green room, and I'm telling Machine, we're due for a Molodoi round, right? At the point that they are in that sort of 3v4 situation, Flames, who's been lights out for Vitality this map, finds a double. But look at Vitality. I mean, this is disjointed, right? Look at the spacing. They're far away from each other. Zywo and Robs were the first ones in. Molodoi and Yuri with the 1-2, and you're thinking, this is where they have it on lockdown, but maybe some miscommunication, really worried about the potential lurker. Messi just gets a free kill onto Yuri. Now Fallen's coming in. They have 2 ops for the retake. All of a sudden, you're worried for them. Fallen with a bit of an interesting play here, but then Molodoi just on his own, right? Lightning fast, finds the first one from Messi, and then awareness in this last one against Messi to know that he's probably going to come close. Flash comes in, another incredible reaction, and this really felt like it was the final nail in the coffin for Vitality.
I mean, honestly, I don't think that Vitality did something like super poor in this round. I actually think that their approach to the A actually made sense in the fact that they were playing with the unknown, because Furia, they had no idea where they were coming, so they were playing in the unknown, wanting to catch someone, catching them off guard. And I mean, it sort of happens and it sort of worked out. The fact is that the Molodoi goes peeking on stairs, he actually spots a guy below him as well, then sets up this guy playing in shadow. And the clutch, yeah, sure, Molodoi wins an incredible clutch. The thing is, like, if Vitality is even stacked together, they know he's gonna go for that stairs fight, right? And even with Messi going, as you mentioned, Janko, going inside the smoke, Molodoi just had an incredible game sense, The fact that he hit that really quick no-scope, or the quick scope, but also the awareness of him knowing that he's gonna be up close, absolutely incredible.
It's that intangible intuition that comes out time and time again from Molodoi, and it's simply stunning. I do just want to touch upon, before we talk about map 2, the pressure pendulum and how it swung back to bite Vitality. Ultimately, it was something you were touching upon as a potential warning sign, I guess, in the pre-match, right, Dupree?
I really think that the conversion of the piss round did something to Vitality. They were like, okay, now we're back in the groove and everything's fine. The individual was firing on all cylinders. Every time they went A, Flames would get like a triple kill or a quad kill. So, and it's always easy when you play counters, like if the guy's holding the bombs, like gets triple kills or quad kills, because the rounds are just over. You don't have to think more. You don't have to put the puzzle together. And that's just what happened. Every time Furia went for a play, the player that was holding the side would always just get too many multi-kills. And then when they turned into the T side, where, as I mentioned, coming into the game as well, Vitality hasn't been tested in that specific way, coming to the stage in this tournament specifically. And when you need to come up with answers, when you can feel that the other team is getting momentum, they're mounting the comeback, that's where you really got to earn your money. And that's where it starts becoming really difficult to make the right decision when you're under pressure, but also to find the right decision for the team when you're then game later.
And even in the second half, Furia, they were aggressive when it was calls from spawn, right? Oh, right, we're going to make this play in B apps, take the B apps control, we're going to do this, that. But in the mid rounds, in some of these 3v2s, 4v3s, like they were really passive, like leaving a bomb site open, player just watching the murder hole for some flank, and that's something that I wasn't necessarily too happy to see. You want to be perhaps just a bit more aggressive. You don't want to give players B apps control, we're going to do this, that. But in the mid rounds, in some of these 3v2s, 4v3s, like they were really passive, like leaving a bomb site open, player just watching the murder hole for some flank. In that A anchor position, he was seeing a lot of action, and just time and time again, whether it's a kill or a multi-kill or whatever it is, just had an absolutely stellar game here on Mirage.
It's so important that they had Yuri get going in, because being an anchor is extremely difficult, but to have an anchor that you can rely on, that's even more important also in these big stage games, because that is where the pressure is going to come at you time and time again. And we've seen that Molodoi and yicha and also Fallen having really great games on this stage. It's good to see that Yuri decides Yuri, and Yuri doing it in the grand final is a perfect timing for Fury to find it.
100%. Let's talk about the second map in this series. That is Vitality's pick of Inferno, which means Furia choose to start on the CT side of things. Expectations, what are they setting up for map 2?
Yeah, I'm interested to see, like we talked about Furia's T-side, I know in the second half and some of the things they tried to exploit last time around, is that going to affect Vitality whatsoever, right? We know obviously a lot of the focus is on Banana in this game, but Vitality had a good T-side last time around. That wasn't the problem. The problem was on the CT side. They couldn't really get things going, and they were very dominant in the first half. It's just about, you can't allow yourself to get complacent even for a second, right? It wasn't just that they were up 9-3, they were really dominant, so now you just need to continue that throughout the whole of 24 rounds at the minimum.
And I think the biggest thing for me when I look at Vitality now,
5 daqiqa tanaffus, keyingi o'yin Inferno kartasiligi aniq bo'ldi. Keyingi o'yinni ko'ramiz. Inferno kartasi. Vitality vs FURIA. Ko'ramiz. 3 pobedagacha o'yin. Aytganimizdek. Lekin FURIAni comebackdan chiqarib g'alabagacha bo'lgan o'yinda juda zo'r o'yin bo'ldi. Ko'rgan bo'lsangiz 11-7. Ya'ni imkon yo'q vaziyatdan olib chiqib ketdi. Bu yerda eng katta ish qilgan, yutishga eng katta yordam berganlardan biri Maladoy. Qoyil ko'ramiz.
When will your journey begin?
Hey Future Pros, over on Inferno today with a handy smoke for Moto. To throw this smoke, stand up next to this line. Aim into the sky above the edge of the roof. Then simply throw the smoke. A basic but powerful piece of utility. Great for taking space on long or as an addition to pushing up on short.
Can I get one quick comment from you about why you dropped that map in the end?
It's unacceptable. Honestly, we couldn't trade each time someone died at the beginning of the round or after 20 seconds. I said it a couple of times, but I don't know. It was really bad T-side. We deserve to lose.
Next up then, Inferno. A little bit of time to fix it, but this is remediable, right? These are a couple of things that can be nipped in the bud.
Sorry?
These are just a couple of things. Of course, you don't have that much time, but do you think you can get the boys back on track for Inferno?
We have to.
You have to.
Thank you.
There you go.
And go.
Hell of a closing to that first map here, this grand final. City, I just got a couple questions, man. You win both pistols, you're on Mirage. After that CT pistol, a little momentum. Where did it go for a little bit? It briefly disappeared.
Yeah, I mean, we knew we had a rough start to the game. I felt like we were kind of warming up coming to the grand finals. You know, some players can feel the nerves a little bit. The game is actually more nervous than normal. So yeah, we just needed to warm up, I guess.
You guys picked into Mirage. You were limited to just 3 T rounds. I don't imagine that being part of the plan, but it seems like it came together. Any thoughts?
They were playing individually very well. We went up against the wall, honestly. They were having all the reads and everything, but I mean, we knew our CT side was very strong. That third T round was very important for us.
After the conclusion of that map, what is the mental going into Vitality's pick of Inferno?
Inferno is a good map for them. We are good in the map as well. It's gonna come down to game plan. We need to know what they prepared. If they pick it first, they have something prepared for us. We just need to be ready, and yeah, sure, best yes.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
What an insane ending to that first map, JL. It's incredible. I'd love to know what you think about both perspectives, but let's start with FURIA. What an insane boost they must have gotten.
Oh yes, 100%. The start on T side was not perfect. They had only 3 rounds, and I feel like they played too much team game. And now it's a best of 5 when you're supposed to enjoy the game. You're supposed to play the game, interact with each other, and that's what they did on the CT side, and that's what got them the win.
Isn't it so fun to see Molodoy when he's on fire, man?
Oh yes, the 1v2 that kept him in the game. Oh my god. he was so perfect in that clutch.
It's what dreams are made of. But then for Vitality, right? You're in the driving seat. You're expected to win that map. Everything is going perfectly. Where did they drop it?
I mean, they dropped it is because probably they wanted to win a bit too fast. They were too eager to take the fights, take the peaks. And if you're Vitality, you don't have to hurry up at all because you're the better team. Just let the game run. You'll close it out eventually.
You saw them maybe coming off stage. I talked to the coach and he said, like, this is unacceptable, right? How are they turning this around?
Yeah, take it as unacceptable and just do better in the next game. That's it.
Just do better.
FURIA face their fears against Counter-Strike's final boss. 9-3 down, they make Mirage theirs. This is the closest Fallen has ever been to this trophy, but this is just the beginning. Vitality have been here before, a map down in a grand final. Remember Budapest? Remember Austin? This is nothing new. 2025's best team, best player, Counter-Strike's best season. It's time to see if Vitality can bounce back.
And while you can't win or
Sanoqli soniyalar qoldi. Inferno kartasida o'yin boshlovchi 10 9 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 1 0. O'yin boshlandi azizlar. Inferno. Get the go.
It's time for Inferno. Vitality Classic, Vitality home map. Rarely see them lose this in the grand finals. But we have seen them lose it to FURIA. Set up earlier how this is a revenge game for Vitality, as shocking as that may seem. Back-to-back victories for FURIA over this squad. And a map to the good. Some breathing room for the Brazilian international mix.
being on Inferno 2, this is a thinking man's map. One where every facet of your game gets challenged. Test your defaults, test your protocols. And halfway, you need Molidoy starting in good form. CT side Inferno, made for that AWP. Can't afford to get off to a slow start like they did in map 1. You're hoping that they're riding the high still heading into this second map.
Gamble in the pistol, already feeling regrettable. FURIA force those rotations quickly amid smoke. Fallen holds on to his and holds on to that B site. Vitality uncertain, set themselves up for this A hit.
Now you're just lucky to still be alive. Don't know if you'd expect Molidoy to hang around here, but chomping at the bit of the invitation. And you've got a very good reason to try and follow through with this A hit now. Those 2 kills, it's a low HP. Molidoy trying to fend off the masses, but you're getting pincered. They're all around you. Oh, Yuri on those dualies. Gets the blood boiling. Let's see if Fallen can capitalize. Moving on in, they'll face him together, and Vitality set the record straight, coming through with an uppercut in the pistol round.
I like Vitality's T-side pistol. It's a bit common, right? Just going for the long smoke, taking mid-control, but back and forth, seeing the reaction. I think FURIA knew what they were up against based on that B block. But they still can't stop Vitality side by side, strutting into the site. Force buy out for FURIA. Keep in mind, Vitality got neither pistol. Back on Mirage. It's fast. And it's over, just like that.
Vitality with very lofty ambitions, and with that, you know, we hear from Apex in these team comms, he's always very demanding of this team, and you know a loss like they just faced on Mirage, it's going to require a stern talking to, it's going to require the Vitality players to take a bit of stock here in this final. Hope they can tap into some of that signature resilience they've displayed so many times over.
To be a fly on the wall in that locker room after map 1, you just know that they were pissed. That was a huge lead. It was 11-1 opening duels in the first half. You had a 1-kill Yakinda, a 2-kill Cesarato. You had Furia right where you want them. So Vitality hoping to reset into their map pick, but well, it's quite the third round bye, Harry.
Yeah. There's something very surprising happening here. Molidoy brings out an AWP in round 3.
That's audacious, I say.
That's after the force buy in the last round. They're going to see just how much they can get away with.
You just know it's not expected. How long does that element of surprise survive? Oh, rocking that molly actually gives him room. It bounced off his head. Molidoy gets a second chance.
Remember, you just don't expect this. Nades could be huge. They've gone a little deep, and so Molidoy gets to fire off. You've learned about the AWP now, and that throws this whole round into question for Vitality.
There's still mind games here. Does the AWP rotate? Does it remain? If it sticks in the site, we see 4 strong on A for Furia, so it's still a gamble no matter what you do. Vitality are going into a site blind in this round. Molidoy could be anywhere by now. But how about here?
You're thinking he's going to have repositioned. Fire that shot, get out of there, but Molidoy stuck to his guns on this. And so Vitality are going to play right into it. Are you arming them with the option of an AWP? Or is Molidoy here to tear it all away? Contact taken at the spawn side first. AWP, swing and a miss for Molidoy. Makes up for it the second time round, and there's still a lot of damage done here. This is far from comfortable for Vitality.
Whoa, imagine if he found that first shot there. This could have been a huge advantage. Now it's still up for debate. It's still a question for Furia on whether they can win it. Worth trying. So Low Health takes that AWP. No better man for the job. Are Furia really just going to walk away? That feels like a waste. An opportunity presented by your AWP, and you don't even try and break the money. They've got to flank Banana at least. Saving is going to be the question here for Vitality. Can they survive? Oh, not anymore. Yeah. 2 low players, you're done for.
Playing a contain, a pretty smart move here. Thinking big picture, thinking across the whole series. The remainder of this map, you could earn that all back right now. You could really sweeten the deal.
They got it. 2 of the 3 survive with guns. Look, it's decent here for Furia. Could have been the round. But instead, just keeping the pressure on early in this game. Believing in yet again, coming back in. Round 4, fall by. And that new update, that new Molly bounce, gives Molidoy a fighting chance.
He looks to be aggressive from the word go in the next round as well. Swing out in top mid, silenced instead. Yakinda gonna be the one to go bravely first. Challenge down through Banana. He's gotten out with a lot of damage and never knowing when to quit. We'll take it one step too far.
Yeah, you want to say aggressive, or this is the guy you want to talk about. Yakinda doesn't know when to stop in Banana. We saw him on short on that CT side. This is a guy who is willing to get involved, throw himself into every opening fight. As a Vitality, this Banana control is never going to come for free. You see a setup. Will Cesarato be expected?
Bait and switch, trying to set up Cesarato. Out with a later swing, will at least get the trade, but now they're coming for him. And those nades are brutal. They bully the man in at top Banana, and they've teed up Vitality for this B take. path of least resistance is the one right in front of them.
Round win off the back of it here. Vitality just keep it basic, keep it simple. It's the risk of dying for the car position. If you do so in quick succession, the site will always be taken. Vitality don't fall for any tricks. Clearing out backside, putting that bomb down, forcing the save of Furia's round 4.
And this is one of the more punishing details of Inferno. If anyone struggles in those heads-up fights, if you're going to give away entries in fighting for Banana, you can have a half where certain players never get to play. You're looking at the guys over towards the A site. Yuri having yet another save to his name early on in this game. Not getting to keep those hands warm, not getting to have any say in how the rounds play out. They're being won and lost in these Banana fights right now, and it's a lot of losing for Furia.
Shocking Yikinda doesn't get that second kill. ZywOo with high impact to stop a 5v3 for coming in for Furia. And great reaction there from Apex, double nading on K-Serato's position. Vitality right at home right now on this T side. 4-0 lead. Molodoi again tries to get involved, but clearly they want to stop it. ZywOo battles back in Banana. Fallen reflash. Chaos ensues.
I don't think you're going to expect this. If it's Yikinda still alive, you're worried about him getting aggressive. Fallen versus Apex. Smoke fades. Apex hits a blinder.
Quick flick.
Fallen didn't know what hit him. They still have a bit of ability to contest this Banana with K-Serato floating around as the third piece.
This is still a scary round for Vitality with no Banana control, and just seeing a player peek car there, you know it's a 2-1 setup. You know the AWP should be A, but you've also got two low players. And Furia still keep you guessing. He thought about it.
It's just operating in the quiet right now for Vitality. Trying to use the fear of this 4-on-3 against Furia, hoping they overthink it, but Molodoi is in the right place. He's even got support. Yuri down there in the pit. These guys have been waiting all game for a chance at the action. And they're going to thrive when asked to demand to be stepping up here. Yuri with the cover. And that crossfire is a thing of beauty.
Oh, Apex getting some frustration across this series from the captain here of Vitality, because they know, again, they walked right into the hand of Furia in the downtime. Misread. Molodoi makes magic happen. Him and Yuri, simply done.
See there why Vitality have been looking to dodge this A side of the map. Oh, Molodoi tried his hand at a peek down middle. ZywOo, this time waiting for the challenge. Not something they've had to worry about yet. This all making an appearance now, and boy, did they learn about it the hard way.
They know they don't want to give Fury time to think and to get players in position. They're just going to jump on this entry. They know it's two players.
Okay, Serato dead on the long side. Yuri, you've got a lot to do in this round and no room to maneuver.
Beautifully done.
Clean finish, and at the first turn of the ZywOo AWP on this T side, it finds immediate impact.
And you'd be surprised, right? Back-to-back mid-peaks for Molodoi. He is clearly trying to get involved early in this game. And Vitality have just been Molotoving middle. This time they don't need to. Oh, on the jump. Three clean entries plucked out of the air. And Vitality sit comfortably on their T side.
Vitality have already set a bit of a tone, right? If they get given these openers, if they get given the entries, they're going to follow through with a real pace behind it. That's something that Apex could look to use against FURIA later on in this first half. But for now, the going's good. And wherever these openers are provided is often where the rounds are just ending up for Vitality. They're not overthinking this. Faith that with greater numbers and better openings, they'll get through this first half unscathed.
Well, experience definitely matters in a position like Banana, so having fallen here is integral. And aggression, all the same, yikinda deposits himself down bottom B. Fallen trying to assist. Vitality feigning something in middle, but it's all about this Banana retake. Are we going to see a commitment on the crossfire for two? Keserato baiting for them. That molly just enough.
How about yikinda? Still good for the kill. Fallen's played his cards too. They're aware of the double push, but now they've got to deal with it. Hard crossfire to get through. Apex can't brave it. How's Flames meant to fare? Two guns here ready to go against him, and they're getting mauled as they try and retake Banana.
It's a lazy clear, if anything, for Vitality, just walking into it. I think they kept feeling like FURIA were going to back out of that setup. Keserato providing cover through the smoke. Never once did FURIA try to leave. And so 3 kills from yikinda as they just go stumbling into the crossfire and force another save. That's right, Toron, load your booze.
Getting out with 5 alive, no small feat here. And he makes the future saves more impactful, means you get to keep the pressure on, keep these buy rounds coming through. And a chance here to break the money of Vitality. This is a real swing round coming up.
Just an unorthodox setup there for FURIA, bringing some new ideas to this final. Certainly caught Vitality by surprise. Can they keep it up? Because even with a lead right now, Vitality looking stressed.
Guys, I need you to listen to me, okay? Everything what I'm saying. Listen to everything what I'm saying and do everything what I'm saying, okay? Don't do any, don't overthink and just listen to my calls. I know exactly how they play and what they're gonna do.
yikinda, the ideas man right now on this CT side.
He's promised them he knows the way. He's promised them he has the key. yikinda provides another opening here in this skirmish for Banana. Bit of insight there as to how the second brain at the heart of this FURIA squad operates. Right now it's yikinda calling the shots. And it looks to have rallied the troops. You find yourselves in a 5-on-3. How much does yikinda truly understand the inner workings of Vitality? Do they see this push coming? He was ready for it, but Apex lands the shot, now wrapping. Chance to get in behind Fallen, who will deny that space. Down to a retake here as the site's conceded, but advantage lying with FURIA in spite of this bomb plant.
Oh, quick catch from ZywOo before the flash blooms. Him and Flames both so low, but the same can be said for FURIA as they try and strangle this site hold. ZywOo follows up. 2v4 brewing. Backside for Flames, lines up the spread. He sees Fallen as well. It's Flames' round today. Team Vitality take it from significant disadvantage. Every kill counts.
You've got to admire what Flames can output in this Vitality squad, what he's been doing all tournament long. He has been on an absolute heater. Started off Mirage in fantastic fashion, keeping up appearances now. And I mean, this is a star-studded team. And Flames is a massive part of that.
Yeah, I even mentioned coming into the last map, right, how all 3 firepower players of Vitality putting up better performances than last year when they took the trophy. That's coming into a grand final. We'll see if it keeps up. Certainly a good sign, though, from Flames. 6-2, and even though they win the round, Vitality need another to ensure their economy. So much fighting at Banana in this CT side. FURIA will finally opt against it.
I mean, this is why that last flawless rifle round for FURIA mattered so much. It's allowed them to keep the game competitive at least, right? Not rolling over and dying, not just playing with pistols here. You get another full buy on the cards, and that chance to reset Vitality hasn't really gone away. You could still do it here and now. Still be in earshot of a strong CT side. But these opening fights have mattered a hell of a lot, and again, ZywOo going to offer one up for Vitality.
It's not really much of a tricky move. Molodoi should know that's coming. Young player eager to put his orb to use, but here on Inferno, you've got to pick your battles and pick them wisely. Punished by ZywOo, and a 5v4 for Vitality to go wherever they want.
Wrapping towards this A side, Kserato and Yuri, they really have their work cut out for them. They're getting surrounded right now. Contact taken first by Yuri up at the apartments. That allows the spam to come through. Now they've learned about Kserato down here in the pit. Time is super low. Kserato clinging on to the nail. Fallen. Oh no! Saves his life, and ZywOo's now missing. It's not the time for it. Just has time to plug in the numbers. Fallen's playing ahead of this, trying to shut him down, and that's giving him a chance. Yicha takes it away. But that gets so uncomfortably close. It is by the thinnest of all margins that FURIA find another CT round.
Almost a ZywOo highlight to steal another round for Vitality, strong T side. A 2v4 right into that. ZywOo pinpoint, but still not enough. It's Yicha shutting him up, and FURIA still dangling in this second map. Nice try, but not quite.
Here's the money break we were talking about though, right? Vitality have actually thrown cash into this. They've gone for a force buy. You don't just want this to be a pretty decent T-half, you want it to be fantastic, and so they've risked it all on giving ZywOo a hero gun. They've got plenty to play with, and they'll need their start. Try and kick things off with a bang. Missed shot for Molodoi up in the apartments, looking a little twitchy there at the dawn of Robs.
For a guy who gets a lot of shots in rounds on the CT side, Molodoi is having trouble doing so right now. Vitality doing a good job encountering him. They've shut down his mid-aggression. ZywOo besting him in the head-to-head. It's feeling like a tricky game for Molodoi. Down in the pit on an A hit could be where he delivers. Yuri just shreds Flames through the smoke. And as Apex goes back to line up utility, it thins Vitality's numbers furthermore. They have to go. ZywOo has to do it.
Molodoi with the swing and a miss. Blind on that shot from the pit, and now they're closing the distance on these pistols. Support in though in the form of this stack. Careful. Still breaking through his Vitality.
Would he?
Bomb planted. And Yicha elects not to play. He's going to wait for Fallen. Going through on the fade of the smoke. ZywOo gets the spot off. Yicha's got his number. Oh. This shot for Robs down in the pit, and now they're closing in. Right there is Yicha. And he leveled the bold claim that he knows how this Vitality squad think. He knows how they play. Well, he was the fourth man in tow in an A stack to shut down Vitality.
Yeah, right now feels hard to doubt it. He's been in all the right positions, right? He's able to get a couple of multi-kills. He's been aggressive in Banana when needed. And that little walk through the smoke, that timing is perfection. ZywOo didn't even see him. He's trying to re-block long with a Molotov. Yicha just catches him off guard. Such a naughty play for Yicha. Furia winning rounds, clinching right now. But looking to come back into this CT side. On a game that was 5-1. On a game that Molodoi has had minimal impact. Furia are still here and fighting.
The beginning of this game, it was all about the banana control. Fights that Yakindar just couldn't win out. Well, he's going in here playing up at the front against the pistols. Flashed in by his team. In, thrown through a loop. Can't get away with a kill. Fallen had to clean up, and from downtown, Serato had Fallen. Lay waste to banana. Can it really be another late in the day recovery from Furia?
This feels like such a frustrating game for Vitality. Only now do they call their first timeout, but it feels long overdue. Reignited by a cheeky 2v4 in that B bomb site, but otherwise, it's been quite the recovery arc here for Furia.
All too base.
Doing it by committee. Everyone getting their one. And it feels like Yakinda has never truly been caught off guard. Yes, okay, a missed shot there, but the setup was perfect, and 3 players from Furia to re-swing and renade that corner. Vitality getting thrown through a loop.
Oh, Apex trying to send a bit of a message here. Aggressive in the top banana, a bit of frequent sight of these head-to-heads versus Yakindar. Teed up with a flashbang. He'll take Fallen down, but can't wrestle with Yakindar for this control.
Get out of there. Still more round to play. Molodoi, lucky to be alive. He's going to hear them.
At bare minimum, right? Yeah, he's the early warning system on that deep line in the apartments. He even heard the steps out in mid, and he might get aggressive here. This is a very Molodoi move to make. Brings the fight to Vitality.
Robs can't look. He has to play the package. His team have gone through the long smoke.
And there's the spot from Yuri. He's able to tell Molodoi, they're coming for you. They're looking for you. So Molodoi gets the gun on in time. Still iced out. ZywOo gonna get past him. And now Yuri down here in the pit, sandwiched on both sides, backstab, Yakinda and K-Serrano, hoping to combine. They've just got to stop this man, and so not an easy one to get past. Seals the deal on a strong half for Vitality, breaking that furious streak in the final round of the first half.
İkinci o'yin boshlanishiga sanoqli soniyalar qoldi. Inferno kartasidagi ikkinchi o'yinni ham ko'rib chiqamiz. Qani, qaysi jamoa? Fury va Vitality jamoalardan keyin yana bitta o'yin bor. Adashmasam Donkning komandasi o'ynaydi. Ko'rib chiqamiz.
Earn it on their offense. Fallen takes the wheel again.
That's one hell of a spot out here in middle for Zaiwu. And it might give Robs a bit more freedom, feeling like he can play it forward. That right now they're tunnel visioned on this top mid fight.
Oh, no.
Oh, he's missing the opportunities. No way. He loses on that fight. Messi now under pressure over on the long side again. You're left looking at Zaiwu.
They're all missing. They're all whiffing. Flames recovers a kill. Zaiwu hiding out in plain sight. Dangerous. Keserato left alone, and Zaiwu has saved them yet again.
9 HP. It's just telling yourself, no one give him a clean fight. We face him together. We can take him down a peg. One bullet will do it.
It's good smoke, but flank is coming in.
It's spam to the side in the pistol. No doubting Zaiwu's contributions to map 2 of this grand final.
Yeah, you need him to be a superstar, right? This is #1 player of 2025, and of course with ample criticism of Donk besting him individually, statistically. When it comes down to it, the best player in the best team and the best season, Zaiwu right now playing with the ego desired. Playing like Vitality deserve. Just because Zaiwu has superstar teammates able to perform in their roles to the highest level, I can't take away from what this guy can do on the biggest stages in these grand finals that he did all year. For some time, Katowice felt like a curse to him. Finally broken in our final outing there, and here in Krakow. Same trophy to take, same title to defend. Vitality get Mirage out of their mind.
Chance for another Flames multi-kill as though he needed any more. Will only get out with one. Hold on, the Molinoid Eagle! It's broken through this B defense!
That is not meant to happen.
This was a round that FURIA took their time, and they were talking about the rifle round in front of them, but here, Molinoid makes things interesting. You're suddenly in a position to fight hard and fight for the win in round 2. Not even a force buy for FURIA. That 1 Deeg was all they had to work with.
It's a big smoke. Oh, and that's a better spray.
Closing in now, you get that first kill, you try and move quickly. Time quickly turning against Vitality. Can Molinoid take any more with him? No. Breathing a little easier.
It's a kitless retake as well. And it came down to a second. But a round's a round, and Vitality's counter ticking up now in this second half. 7-round T-side, converting their pistol into a 4x from FURIA. It's get going or get gone on Inferno. That third map is nuke.
These banana brawls were commonplace all throughout the first half, and I don't think FURIA are in a giving mood to not go and fight for this position again. They've spotted Apex up close. 3 players here playing a contain. Fumbling the boosts, fumbling those early peaks, and they will come to pay the price for it. Flames offered up on a silver platter.
You understand why Vitality want to fight this position? If you give Furia a banana, they are very good at just hitting double molly BXX.
Other thing I'll say is, even though we're all impressed by what ZywOo's brought to the table here, this is a very top-heavy scoreboard for Vitality, a team that usually win on the quality of all their individuals, everyone shining through in specific moments.
So being clutch is nice, but you're going to depend on multiple players in this half if you're going to hold it down, right? Rob's 3 and 9. We saw him whiff in the pistol. Mezzy 5 and 9. These are exploitable pieces for Furia, and they look to try and find that.
Good catch for Robs. Now here's this mid-take coming in, going to try and block it. Plays up close. SMG getting away with murder. They'll play through, but he's got the bomb at his feet. And now the rotate's starting to come through for Vitality very, very quickly. This net is closing on you in top middle. You needed that kill to break through.
For as much time as he possibly could.
Look at this position from Molidoy, taking an aggressive streak. Up behind enemy lines, ahead of that retake.
He's just not afraid to get involved, is he? Should expect some fear from a young player. But the Tauron chants his name. And he gets the swing kill to force the save. This is a 6th round for Furia. No kits, just damage here for ZywOo.
That's what they're fighting for. The oldest trophy in Counter-Strike. One that has always been so demanding.
Oh no, is that miscom? Were they trying to boost there? Flames just jumping on Apex and not getting the crouch. These are the rounds that can frustrate.
I mean, this one's starting to feel a bit like old Vitality. You're needing a massive performance from ZywOo, and even then it doesn't guarantee you the success. One or two things feels like it needs to happen. ZywOo's just got to keep delivering in clutches, keep winning you unwinnable rounds. Well, you're going to need the rest of his team to step up and start filling the gaps. It was a big double from Robs there, and what has been a pretty quiet map from him, but not even that proved to be enough. And you can sometimes feel the pressure in these games where only one guy's really stepping up. ZywOo might start feeling a bit of pressure to go for more opening fights, to try and force those engagements.
Yeah, headsets off, so we'll keep the finer details of the buy to ourselves, but to talk big picture, that trophy you just mentioned, we get one of two things today. We get Fallen 10 years on from his last Winter Championship Grand Final against Fnatic on a holy run of their own, or you get his 13 win streak in best of 5s broken. One way or another, this game will be remembered.
So Vitality hoping to join that very exclusive club of teams who have taken this trophy back to back.
Spirit couldn't. And yeah, the scoreboard does worry me a little bit, but it's not like this is an uncomfortable map here for Vitality. They have the reps, they have the range, they certainly have the players. Can they perform and can they close from this lead?
Sadly, we talk about how he might be feeling that burden to try and be involved a bit more early in these rounds. Feeling like he's the only consistent point of output. Well, he tried his hand at the opening pick there. He'll actually fall in the way of Robs. Flames even with aggression all the way through the apartments. Molidoy just creeping underneath him for now. Spots that player deep down mid. That's where Flames is meant to hit, is the 1-2 punch. Fallen can't save him in time. It's now you've lost the bomb out here in mid.
Integral cover there for Fallen just to get the bomb back, to stop that gun getting picked up. Flames wanted to drop in there to get away with everything. This round is still live.
Got to be cautious. ZywOo lurks up here in the top and middle, and that orb drops the bomb again.
You can have it back, but you still got to get through the Woo. 1v2 in this site.
ZywOo hears him coming. Every advantage to play with. Rare miss. Might not happen twice. He's got support as well. Yicha doesn't feel the freedom of a bomb plant. They'll close in on him.
And ZywOo's playing like he is the best player in the server, and that might be because he is. Dropping into the pit, no teammates to support, just taking that heads-up fight. Knowing he needs to be that difference maker right now for Team Vitality, and at 23-8, another round closer for ZywOo. Hard to doubt a move he makes. Vitality on the road to ruin Furia's dreams. To take back their map in this BO5. One gun.
Had those Molodoi entries in their Deagle round. You're hoping he can run it back now with the rifle. They've played through the smoke. Apex nearly caught on an awkward timing, but in the end, looks good to prevail as more players make their way over for Vitality. This B-pop wrecked.
4 out of Flames. Can't complain here for Team Vitality. Consider how caught off guard they are. Cleans house and burns the bodies. Timeout here for FURIA, and that is all gone. If they're going to embark on a comeback, there is no slowing the roll on this T side. It is now or it is never.
Xuddi boyagiday vaziyat. Qani nima? Comeback yoki kartani boy berish. Nima deb o'ylaysizlar?
Scoreline is reassuring in a different way. Winning rounds off objective, winning rounds from disadvantage, coming up with clutches. Safe to say, it feels like Vitality's game.
And even here in this round that you talk about where you kind of have to stake your claim to Inferno if you're Fury, you don't love what you're coming into it with. You put a bit of cash into that last round. Had the hero gun for Molodoi, leaves you with less to work with here. You will get away with this fast banana control. That's been given to you by Vitality. And so FURIA going for a bit of a default here, trying to leave their options open. 2 players going, scour their way through the apartments, just to leave that backup option, a plan B in the tank for FURIA. This would be a very frustrating time for Vitality to go about retaking banana control right as you've given it up. That's looking like what they're doing. Moves made to go and take this space back.
Oh, not surviving.
Won't get out. Yicha, important opener. Stops that check. Apex now just has to buy time. ZywOo's on his way over, but he won't last long.
How do you beat that?
ZywOo next on the scene. This orb has been such a problem. It's hitting so hard. Robs finds another on the spam. They're all getting cut down as they cross in.
3v5 in a blink of an eye, down to an advantage for Vitality. This is map point on the line.
You'll get out with a bomb plant. You never get a lot of time to feel comfortable here. Vitality are right there. Hand on your throat, ready to snap the life out from you. Fallen, Kserato, they'll combine and leave it onto Mezzi. They've got the space, they've got the room. Tap on that bomb, forces one fight, and Kserato, safe pair of hands.
I'm glad FURIA do something in that 2-on-3. That was getting out of control. That was 2 clean entries into the B bomb site for Yikinda, and still Vitality put in position to succeed. Big catches through the smoke, but FURIA push forward in that post plant. They don't just sit back and let Vitality play what we know to be often a perfect retake. FURIA come to them and find their second round of this T side. Baby steps in the right direction. And money, still a question for Team Vitality. Can it be broken? ZywOo says no.
Certainly not the first time you've seen Vitality on the ropes to open up a final. This is where FURIA, though, could try and depart from that by actually offering a challenge in map 2.
Yeah, if they take this round, FURIA are back in the conversation. They're back in with a huge chance to steal away this map. They are a very momentum-based team. We saw what that snowball looked like on the second half of Mirage. Vitality just could not catch a break. So can FURIA smash that money into oblivion?
Coming through, ZywOo might be low, but he's always good for the multi-kill, even hanging around. FURIA make it in, but a man down, wounded, and now flash play through that smoke. Rapidly, this is gonna start getting away from you. Rob's on the drop down, Moloduy's hit a blinder. And these 2 orbs may have to clash to decide the outcome of this all-important round. Moloduy tries to plug in the numbers. ZywOo in no position to play, not yet. Through the smoke, first contact taken, it's Flames out in the open. Dink on a Moloduy. Can he finish the job? There's no support from Yuri. You're in this all alone, Moloduy, and they're closing in on him. Vitality get on to map point.
Misses you will not forget anytime soon, Moloduy. Multiple shots, multiple chances. Not a player we've seen struggle in those positions. And ZywOo is taking the cake in this game. Ever-present AWP. In what is a 2v4 attempt to FURIA, again pulling it back to their favor. Vitality just rip it out of their hands. Flames the savior of this CT side. He has had so many multi-kills.
Vitality know it. This is the time to close this map. You're not going to get an easier chance to walk this one home, walk it over the line, and ZywOo hoping to leave an impression right away. Aggression out towards top banana will get thwarted by that util. FURIA might get the space, but are they given the room?
There are 16 multi-kills between Flamesy and ZywOo. There are 2 between the rest of Vitality. This is a 2-man army, and it's enough. But right now, this B site has only 1. The hearts beat as FURIA set up a final swing for Inferno.
You know, this push is either salvation or your last round on this map. You've got to get past Flames. He's been in his element all day. These chaotic fights where it's a scrap, it's a scramble.
Oh no, what?
On the reload, Yikinda chases him down. And they've lost the sight. They've lost it decisively at that.
He could have got that, man. Switched to the pistol. Yikinda was whiffing. Went back on the AK.
Do you really just commit to the save? You're so out of position here.
What can you do? You don't want to give them an AWP. You don't want to give them anything. They've come in with pistols.
And that's the easiest round Vitality you're gonna get on their way to close out this map. Next one's harder, next one has guns, next one has everything FURIA need.
Yeah, surprised to see Flames fall in that position, right? Just as we're teeing him up. But more chances here for Vitality to finish what they've started. 4 rounds to close this game. Extaz keeping them calm.
See if that one fumble from Flames in what has been a flawless series has left the door open to a FURIA comeback. Everyone's a little more cautious, not going to leave it to some mad dash up through Banana.
I wouldn't be so sure. Kinder here, but not over-invested. Wasted molly. Flames must replenish, and FURIA look like they've got something set on this A site. Molodoy second, holding nades. Kinder gets that molly from Molodoy, and now looks to push back this B hold. Inching back into an A play. Vitality pushed into their bomb site. ZywOo gonna get a chance to swing for the finish.
Good block here. You didn't have a lot of util coming into this round, and so Vitality, the fact they've held on to it so long, there's the spot on the smoke. Fallen never gets the chance to play. A very important trade for Yikinda. Gonna make a dash out towards the spawn. Oh, Yikinda had an inkling, had a feeling. Apex still gonna best him. And so this is it. There's no second chances. There's no plan B. FURIA have to just play with what they've got. It's a play out in towards this A site, into the crossfires. Vitality looking to wrap this one up right now, and they collapse upon FURIA. There's the resurgence, there's the resilience. Vitality have it in spades. ZywOo playing out of his mind. The star of Vitality shining bright. And what foundations to build this final upon. Both teams a map to the good.
kartasida ham o'yin tugadi. Manimcha 15 daqiqa tanaffus va keyingi karta qaysi karta bo'ladi deb o'ylaysizlar? Dastkimi? Menimcha shunday. 13-8 1-1. Qizg'in kechmoqda.
Oh no, I want guys! City. I want your box. Holding ruins for you. I'm gonna check you all. On City, one card in ruins. I don't have ruins.
Banana.
Can we smoke? Guys, just you have money city.
Have used two smokes.
Yeah. Smoking now. Smoke city?
You're full of them, Matty.
Smoke.
Dead middle, bomb, still.
One was banana.
That was the guy that killed you.
I leave it then. Careful ups. Yeah, leave me.
Mid.
You can have the ball?
One mid, yes.
Yeah, took it. Two pushing shot. Go out short. As lock.
Can be sight and pit first.
Right, yeah. Nice.
Chill.
Only him. Nice! Big boys! City calls dead.
One in triple, maybe one more.
Coffees, there's more coffees. He's coffees. Coffees up.
I'm coming through it, guys. I'll watch the CT.
Wait for lanes.
One short, guys.
Joga banana, tá?
Ele vai vir bem atrasado, Rox, tá? Go ahead, guys.
It's all. Guys, you need to pick CT on time.
Hey, here now. They think I'm pool. Wait.
They're gonna go 2 coffins, 1 CT.
Let's pick CT. Coming. Let's pick CT.
1, 2, 3, picking. 2 CT, one more.
Coffee's down. Play time.
Uchun, chunki bu yerda men o'zim ekranda ko'rsatganman. Atak o'qib turibman ko'rsatib.
It's all. Guys, you need to pick CT on time.
Here now. They think I'm pool. Wait.
Stream ozgina qotib turganini ko'ramiz. U meni qo'limda emas. Qotirib qo'yish, men ataylab qotirayotganim yo'q. Internetda problema bo'ladigan bo'lsa, O'zbekistonda men o'zimdagi Wi-Fi'imda shunaqa vaziyat kuzatilib turibdi, lekin uzog'i 10-15 sekund ichida yana joyga kelyapti ko'rganinglar.
Guys, let's win, boys. Let's win. Let's go. Bu kanal to'g'risi sharhlovchi hamman, proyekt faqat o'zimniki emas proyekt. Bu proyektda men ham direktorman просто.
Like he was everywhere. That's the thing. Like he was A, he was B, he was towards mid. Every time he'd also be in the exit situations, he would be the one to find that opening, and they were afraid of going at him. You know, you could see the hesitation from the FURIA side. But one thing is going against Wu when he's playing like this. Oh, sorry, when like the Wu in general, but going up against him when he plays like this, that is where it actually gets very dangerous.
Do you have any memories of playing on big stages with him where he just takes it up that notch and is wanting to humble his opponent?
Pretty much every time.
Let's dive on into it then. Round 8. This does indeed feature ZywOo alongside Flamesy. What was happening here?
I think it was problematic for FURIA these rounds with advantages early on. Even in the first gun round, you know, Molotov pulled out that op in round number 3, right? Like they had some good opportunities to reset vitality early on, and in this round as well, we heard Yakinder talk about, I know exactly what they're doing, I know how they're playing, and they were able to find another 2-man advantage in this round, but then Apex with a bit of a crazy play. But this is a misplay to some extent from